Gotta see 'em all, Pokemon.
Yep.
Seriously, how many Pokemon are in Arceus?
Um, a little over 240, I believe.
But then again, you're also having to see all the different sizes, I'm assuming, right?
No, it's just I believe like when it comes to just like the requirement of the quest, it's just seeing them.
Yeah.
The size thing is only for like completing certain research tasks.
Oh, what do you think of this other campaign Argyle is mentioning?
Not quite grabbing me off the bat, I'll admit.
Fair. I mean, I'm just, look, doesn't matter what the game is. I just like playing with you guys. I mean, some games I'll like more than others, but dude, we're buddies.
Mm-hmm. So,
Though, admittingly, any game that lets me basically do my power fantasy of being a anime-styled badass is one I'm going for. I mean, who doesn't want to go full berserk?
I mean, I haven't really paid much attention to Berserk myself, so.
Hello. I
Hello.
hear you talking about the game.
Bit.
Hmm.
Also, hello,
Yeah, that is
Minox.
true. Crafting rules in 2E do kind of suck.
I'm
Although,
reason why our goal is here. We were in another chat and like, oh, Andrew started streaming, and then I heard you guys talking about the game, and I told Arco, and Arco came here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just finishing. I was going to join. I just wanted to finish off what I was talking about crafting. So yeah, what?
crafting does suck, though I did like the alchemical crafting when I was playing one.
Again, that's
better.
okay. The thing is, the way crafting as an alchemist is good because you don't actually as an alchemist you don't actually interact with the crafting system. You have
Yeah,
your
that
own
is-
system. It's like, okay, reagents, cool.
Yeah, I guess it is just basically just spell casting in a different form, yeah.
Not really.
Though, the monster part crafting I totally would love to do.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, full house today.
Yeah, it's just so the problem with 2E's crafting system is that it takes a minimum of like I think it's like 4 days. I think it was. I can't remember. But it's like if you wanted to craft, let's say you wanted to craft potions, you basically spend like 4 days of downtime and you get 4 potions. I can't quite remember at the moment. I haven't really. I just know it's very inefficient.
Yeah, this is where having, like, the guild do our crafting is better. Because all we have to do is just be like, okay, I want to make this. I need you to go out and find this. We go and find it, and they do the crafting for us. Boom.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Hello.
and it would also have us
Hello.
actually do our best to run the guild efficiently, because we find the better stuff or get the good people, well, that's just more benefits for us.
Yeah.
I'll admit, on my behalf, I am not so much into the guild idea. Like I remember, even when we did that back with the Legends of Adventure thing, that's just kind of something I tuned out of.
I didn't really do it well in that one.
I mean, that's not a thing that's on you. I just don't find the whole guild management thing to be interesting.
Fair
And
enough.
you know what? That is completely a valid thing. I mean, not everyone likes simulation games in their tabletop games. Like,
Well, to be fair, if we're doing like a thing where we have a guild that of multiple members, we could have one or two members who are just I'm here to fight dudes and not much else kind of personalities.
That is also true.
Mhm.
Not everybody
Like-
has to play leader. I mean, hell, I'm
And
thinking
then-
of just playing guts. You know,
Hey, what
knock
does
off
Zoro
guts.
do aboard the ship? Zoro fights people, and that's about it.
That is true.
Correction. He fights. He is a what is it? He's a racist because everyone he fights is a minority.
That is racist. Is not an official crew position on a pirate ship.
It's one of those things that was pointed out to me that a lot of Zoro's fights are against minorities.
Okay, let's see. Mihawk in the 4Kids dub was Spanish. Mr. One was well, he was dark skinned, so I guess he could have also been Hispanic.
No, he's black.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was black. I think they lightened him up in the 4Kids edit.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The samurai zombie is Japanese.
I mean, yeah, like everybody at Wano. Everybody
Yeah.
in Wano. Let's just go with that, right? Who was the giraffe guy? What was his ethnicity? I mean,
He was a giraffe.
yeah, you know what? That's
A
right.
joke right
He
out of
was
my
a
mouth.
giraffe.
Make
You know what would
same
be
joke.
funny? Is if he got the bubble fruit and she got the giraffe fruit.
Yeah. And
In
then-
fact, Oda even drew a picture of what would have happened if she got that in an SBS.
And then of course there was he's fought like what 2-3 fishmen.
Yeah, that's also. I mean, okay. When dealing with a group from a nation, I don't think that's racist. It's just that when everybody's fighting different people, that comes into play.
Yeah. Oh, hi Conrad.
How you doing there, buddy?
Argo?
Right.
I mean, that high thing.
You are extremely muffled at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this any better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Alright. So, I have been meaning to say like 10 things over the course of the last 5 minutes, but I didn't want to interrupt. Alright. I only want to be here for a short moment. I'll just say this because I'm just like right prior to going to bed. It's actually past 5 a.m. here. Since some of the players were switching like backwards campaign, I was
You're muffled again.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you know, I'm just gonna stand up because I can't. Seems like I cannot just not have it muffled without me even, you know, being comfortable in bed. Alright. First things first, Argo, it would appear as though you are feeling fine now. Correct me if I am wrong. Okay, so that is good to hear because I actually worried about you quite a bit. Because we were
I mean,
really quite.
I just like last night I was just pretty exhausted and I was just like I don't want to run the game tonight.
Well, I know, it's just that you wrote that an hour and a half after us
True,
waiting
true.
in the voice chat and
Yeah.
after you've had a quarrel, so...
It was less of a quarrel and more of a, we're just explaining the situation and we want
Yeah.
and, you know, if anything, you know, we're supportive. But sometimes things just don't click and sometimes we need to reset. Shit happens, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I never read that, so I can't tell the extent, but That's your thing, so just gonna leave it there.
Look, it's okay, but thanks for caring.
Alright. Like, yeah,
You keep
because,
going.
I mean, I might not be in that campaign, but like, if you explode there, it kinda carries over.
Yeah,
So,
true.
might be a bit of a selfish interest on my behalf, but please
No,
don't
no,
explode.
Well, that is a legit concern. No kidding. Ooh, wait, the sniper would also... A gunslinger would also be good in that campaign if you're monster hunting. Honestly, I think the best way to look at the guild campaign is, let's just play Monster Hunter, the game.
Speaking of that, that is actually something that another thing I was meaning to say. Honestly, that mentioning of you with that guild campaign Argo was my like the okay, I guess I am coming onto this thing when I have the chance. And when I saw always stream was like, yeah, I'm definitely coming there. Argo's bound to show up. I didn't expect everyone else, but that is a nice plus. So allow me to say, Argo, that guild campaign actually sounds rather appealing. And I'm assuming that if Olway doesn't participate because of, as he mentioned, a lack of his interest in this part, I suppose different hours for the campaign may be available, so maybe something can be arranged besides the...
Saturdays
Yeah.
are better for me.
I
And
I
my
will-
Sunday has been moved ahead by 2 hours, so I have a little more time in my morning.
there is actually one thing I do want to actually ask, and this is going to be Andrew. Like, so what is it exactly that you look for in a campaign?
Like, how to put it? Like, I guess often I like being able to run with an interesting character idea. Like, Because, like, I know, like, when we did the very first Pokemon campaign, like, the idea I had was, oh, like, what if I did a thing of a former Team Flare guy?
Yeah.
And I remember with, we did that one Eberron campaign, the idea of doing a Warforged medic felt like an interesting thing to me.
Oh yeah, that was cool. But not as cool as that goddamn slime. Who, thanks to her, we nuked a dragon!
If I may offer a perspective... Yes?
Go ahead.
So if I may offer a perspective, building up on what you said already, seems to me that what you're looking for, when you said interesting characters, more like you're looking for the quantity and quality of interactions that let you flesh out the characters that you find appealing as concepts, but you want to do more with as the game progresses. And that's, well, that stimuli are rarely combat in your case.
I mean, it can be combat sometimes, but yeah, like, sometimes I just like the idea of being able to just have fun with a character and their abilities. Like one thing that kind of comes to mind is, I'm not sure if it'll work out well, especially since I'm not sure how well it would work for the purposes of what's intended for this campaign, or if it would, work in Pathfinder 2. But I know I've had this idea thinking it would be very interesting to see what it would be like to have something like a Xenomorph as a character.
That is pretty. I'd probably need more detail, but that could easily work in terms of the setting.
Okay, because yeah, like when you said this idea of like, oh, like people who come back corrupted from monsters and all that. Like I just like this idea of like this person that's been turned into this monstrosity that like isn't hostile but clearly has gained some weirdness and some engenders some
Actually,
suspicion in people.
That makes perfect sense. Hell, there could even be rumors of a guild of nothing but that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like the motto of "He who fights monsters."
And I mean,
dot, dot.
in terms of Pathfinder 2, I could see a couple of ways that could work. You
Flash
could
warp?
have, yeah, flesh warp. Beast, like you could even do like a flesh warp beast morph.
Okay. Does this include the possibilities of doing the things that xenomorphs do with building nests where they make all that gunk that they build up onto stuff?
Like the resin, yeah, that's like the resin, yeah.
Because that would be the clincher and maybe make me interested in guild making if that can be a thing.
I mean that is something that can easily be done. There's no like actual mechanic behind
Although,
that.
craft building,
Yeah.
like you can obviously make a nest for yourself, but if you want to say like, okay, we have a job where you have to like protect, like hold the line, and you decide to build a resin wall or brace some other structure. That's where you can use that skill to, well, resin it up.
I mean, hell, I could even say like one way you could do it is you play an inventor, and instead of like saying that you're actually inventing stuff, all your inventions are actually like you like grafting this resinous armor onto yourself.
Yeah, because that actually makes sense, because inventor doesn't specifically state it has to be machines. You're basically a bio-inventor. And,
Okay.
I mean, that is what xenomorphs do. They augment themselves via biology.
Yeah, Brad. Yeah.
I do like the idea of that, especially if it's like instead of inventing an artifact or something for a thing, it's like, I make this little bug that hangs on to you and it provides you injections that give you bonuses to your defenses or attacks or whatever. It's like, do I have to hold it? Yes, you have to let it love you and bite you.
Is it safe?
Fine, say.
Love it.
Yeah, in fact, like even with. Go ahead.
Thank you. Just a quick question, always though. Why did you mention Xenomorph specifically rather than just any kind of bug that is able to secrete this stuff? Are you meaning to like depict the corruption side of things by including a lot of male pregnancy in this?
If Argyle will allow it. But yeah, like I guess I kind of.
I know those are things you are into, but so.
But yeah, it's like I guess I think of Xenomorph as being like it's the most kind of like when you think of like the weird biomechanical, dangerous, like alien thing, that is like the thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
H.R. Giger's work is like, so unique. He was one of a kind.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Like,
I think first. Sorry, you go.
I was going to say, like, other options to emphasize that whole thing is there is the talisman dabbler, which allows you to create talismans which you can hand them out to people and they give buffs, and the Azure mage, which is,
The blue mage.
The blue mage.
blue mage, yeah.
Wait!
A more blue mage. I like that.
I just realized something. We are discussing always crafting stuff, right?
Yes.
But I thought you hated crafting, Argo.
No, wait, okay. So the way 2E does crafting, the base crafting rules suck. But when they actually have classes that are and archetypes built around crafting, they actually make it work. Because they basically give you like a daily resource that you can use to quickly craft stuff.
or they.
Oh, you mean like Pathfinder 1 alchemists with their bombs?
Kinda, yeah.
Exactly. Pathfinder 2 actually made
Yeah.
crafting of chemical items so much better. Because it was basically spells.
I honestly wasn't ever really much of a fan of these. But well, okay, if that's something Alway will like, I have no problems with that.
And the monster part crafting from Battle Zoo Beastery is actually like you are collecting monster parts, and then you can quickly graft them onto yourself or your weapons and that.
I'm definitely probably gonna go for that route because that is so Monster Hunter.
God damn it, now I'm kinda jealous.
Yeah,
When I do crafting in our game, Argo hates me for it.
I mean, in Argle's defense, you do make very frivolous use of crafting, Conrad.
I didn't even do like 1/10 of what I wanted.
You know, it kind of
Uh,
scares me.
you know,
that-
between the Xenomorph character and the character that I want to make, we're gonna get a very weird reputation real quick.
I'm gonna be like,
And what?
I'm just gonna be this brooding edgelord who's like, what the fuck is up with this party?
Right, yeah.
That makes me worse of what I think.
Tell them your character idea.
So my character idea was that there was once this young child who had a dream of being this famous big singer, and then they died. But their dream kept them going, and they came back as a ghost whose unfinished business is that they want to sing in front of this giant crowd of adoring fans. And the best way to get adoring fans is to get famous.
So,
A ghost bard. Yeah. I was actually thinking of what is it from Danny Phantom?
Oh my god, I didn't even think about
Ember
Ember
McLean,
McLean! Oh, guess what song is getting added to the list of songs you're using?
Don't, please don't.
That actually kind of used them. I'm just gonna
I
describe
spent
what song is being
years
used.
trying to get that song out of my head.
Amber,
I
you
hate
Mine
will
thoughts.
remember.
people are gonna be casting Call the Dead to basically, you know, to do the screening with your character as the equivalent of watching a VTuber.
Oh my god, they will.
But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna, if I'm gonna be going full Monster Hunter, I probably am gonna go just Barbarian.
Honestly, Bren, after these two have presented their very unconventional ideas for what one would think would be like a regular adventure guild / monster hunter thing, it actually gave me a sigh of relief after you've said that. Yes, this sounds like
Yeah,
normal.
we have enough weirdos. We have enough weirdos. We need some normies to balance this out at this point.
Please don't yell.
Oh.
Look, I like things simple, once at a time, and Bren's idea of just punching things I relate to it, okay?
Oh my god, and I'm thinking, okay, Ghost Bard will probably take it up anyways, but I'm just imagining it's like we go into a place and everyone else is just so weird that the frickin' Stone Cold Barbarian has to be the social tank because he's the most normal one in the group.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
no,
like-
that would be true.
No, here's how it's like. It's like somebody comes who has no idea about it, goes to me, it's like, so you're the leader. Yep. So you run everything? No, we got the bug lady on our accounting and the ghost bard is recruiting. What? And then just cuts to you in an office doing some accounting. Like, the xenomorph with, like, some glasses on a calculator.
Though I do have to ask though, because I honestly like brought up the idea of like, you know, me joining. I mean, I'm not even sure if I'm invited, because as said, like I don't know if we'll be able to make the time together.
Everybody's invited. It's just that it's time that's usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
Like I will say if it is a thing that might help with timing, I could probably try moving around this Sunday stream if it would help everyone get together.
I mean,
How do you mean?
Just because it's like Saturday is a pretty tight fit as it is when I kind of have a shorter shift, and so it's like if it might help things be more consistent, I could try moving around whenever I do this stream to another time just to make sure we can get something that fits for everyone. Maybe something that could be earlier in the day or something.
Yeah.
So you'd want to like have those incoming Argos role plays like around these hours?
Maybe not around these hours specifically, but maybe probably more like maybe 4 or 5 hours earlier. Whenever like the point is like especially since the Age of Awakening campaign has gone on hiatus anyway. It kind of makes the early morning a bit less of a thing to worry about.
Exactly. Yeah.
although
kind
4
of
or 5.
considering, like,
Okay.
how
Brent. Yeah. Let Brent go.
4 or 5 hours behind. 5 hours might be cutting it close because my Skulls and Shackles campaign starts at 1 Pacific, which would be 7.5 hours.
Okay.
And usually the games go for like 2, maybe 3 hours. So if it's like a 4-hour from here, cutting it a little close, but not bad.
Yeah, like it could be like sooner or later or whatever. I'm just kind of suggesting that because I know that will probably be a bit more fitting as well for Conrad's and purposes. Yeah, and Bright Ups too, I think.
Yeah.
so okay, so just to confirm, like when you say 4 or 5 hours early, you mean like relative to Age of Awakening?
No, to this point in time right now.
This point in time, 4 to 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And like again, this is just kind of
So-
something I'm throwing out. This is not like a definite thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I think this is what we kind of needed. We needed let's shake things up.
It would be like it would be kind of like starting around midnight on my end, between midnight to 1 a.m. But given how my day-night schedule has recently been, I think that could be doable for the foreseeable future, actually.
And I could also potentially bring in Showa,
Is that?
friend of Fox and my.
I assume you're not talking about the acclaimed healer from Xenoblade Chronicles.
Honestly, I was kind of thinking of Kushala from.
No, that's Charlotte, isn't it?
And that's why I heard Charla.
Showa.
Showa.
Shoa. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Kushala. Yeah.
I heard Shara, and all I could think of was Dragon Ball Z opening.
So we all
Shala,
were thinking
head
different things.
shala.
I mean, I originally thought it was a reference to Kamen Rider.
Yes, shows.
Which that would be like that was like the because like that was going by the Emperor, right? Showa era and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so plot. Okay, so Conrad, if you wanted to join in, what kind of style do you want to play?
Would you try to make things as normal as possible and play a human fighter?
Or would you go straight
Okay,
Kitsune?
Okay, let me put it this way. So it seems from what Argo's saying that we'd be using Pathfinder 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you what I'll be playing because I have never played that system before.
Well, I mean, general, like, most of the classes are the same from, like, D&D and...
Okay, let's put this another way. Argol, sell Conrad on all the myriad options you can explore with Pathfinder 2.
Okay, well, first up, one of the ancestries you can play is Kitsune.
Yeah, Katsuna's just there.
Are you okay, man? Are you okay?
I think Conrad is getting a much needed laugh.
Every time that Argol mentions something, I'm just gonna like link the archives of Nephis page in general.
Is he okay? I don't think he's breathing.
Just give him a moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just knew always that you have been on the receiving end of Argos singing praises to Pathfinder 2. It just sounded like, yes, please go bother him now. But it actually so fits now. So yeah, I'll be sure to take Argol off your hands. I don't mind.
But
Hey.
Oh, I missed my laughter. Even though I was halfway rolling on the bed, I heard the word kitsune.
Yes.
yeah, Kitsune is in fact an ancestry for race for Pathfinder 2.
Yeah, like I said, every time that Argol mentions a reason for Conrad to play Pathfinder 2, I'm just gonna link the archives of Nephis page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, hi Grady.
Hello.
So,
It seems appropriate that the moment I show up, I hear it is literally to Conrad saying Kasuni.
Kitsune, yeah.
And we were
Okay, so-
talking about
You go.
well, potential new campaign. Or we're running a guild and basically being monster hunters.
Yes,
I'm surprised I'm
and
the only one who picked up on the fairy tale aspect.
So I don't think
And
they
at
watch
this-
Fairy Tale.
I haven't, no.
I'm aware of Fairy Tale, I just don't watch it.
I watched a little bit of Fairy Tale when I was part of an anime club, and it was okay.
Although, what is funny is that the creator of Fairy Tale did do a Monster Hunter manga.
Yeah.
Guys, let's fill in Grady first. Grady, it would appear as though things are actually getting put together, because surprisingly, due to always mentioning that he might move one of his streams, another slot might open, that it would be around, but it is not set in stone which exactly hours, but like 4 or 5 hours prior to now. Is that something you'd be interested in? Like, are those hours something you could make?
Let's see, about 5 hours.
In that time range between now and then.
So that would... Oh, between now and then.
Yeah.
Oh. Possibly. What day are you thinking?
Now, like today.
Well, not
Nice.
literally today, but
Yeah.
on Sundays. Or Mondays in your case.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's possible to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And if I'm
Alright,
being honest, I'm kind of glad to get away from Pokemon.
Yeah, I think
He says on the
Said
Pokemon
the
live
person
stream.
On the Pokemon live stream.
No, I mean with the tabletop game.
yeah.
I
Burn
kn-
the
yeah, you-
heretic. Burn the witch.
Like, I like it in the tabletop games, and we did it so much. I think that was also not helping.
Yeah. I think that's also part of it, is that this is like for me dunking my face in like cold water. It would be like something that is completely fresh.
Yeah. We're going into a full fantasy. It's based on... We're kind of going to do Monster Hunter, so it's still a bit familiar. But it's not Monster Hunter. Although, admittingly, some of the monsters from the game would totally fit in
Yeah.
Pathfinder.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
we were just starting to discuss initial concept of what people might play. Alway wants to play a bio horror that does cute crafty things. Mindfont wants to play an undead VTuber. Bran wants to play a barbarian, and we
I
were
did want to
just
play God.
starting to consider what I could play when you came in.
So, what type
Like,
of
I could-
kitsune would you want to play as?
Okay,
Well,
I'm gonna. Thank you for asking. Hold up. Let me just preface saying
should,
something that is probably going to surprise all of you.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna
I
sell
never
him on some other
actually-
stuff.
I never in my life really kind of like developed like this kind of self appreciation in the form of like trying to like find like make myself beautiful or cute. Didn't have those leanings. Yes, I would appreciate things as I saw them, but I never really felt like a compulsion to do so. Thus, even though I am totally all over foxes, I never really felt like a need to, like a compulsion to become one. It's kind of like a weird thing, which I feel set me apart from my furry friends.
It is much
so
like how Kobayashi likes mates but knows she cannot be one herself.
Yes. So
Yes?
I will sell you on some other concepts then. You can play a sprite, and there is a heritage that is insect-like, so you could be a moth girl.
There's even a feat where you could start off with a corgi as your little mount.
All right. I can play a sprite, but can I play a Mountain Dew?
As in a bottle of?
Sorry.
Yeah, I got it straight away. I got it straight away. Yes, you can actually play Mountain Dew. You can play a Leshy.
Oh, that's true. That's just a
Oh,
good.
yeah. Alright, so, Argo, I think it's gonna work easily, like, actually, can you, like, link me a list of classes and races, and I'll just give them a quick peek right now, and I'll tell you what looks interesting at first glance?
Paste. Open new link. And copy. Paste. There you go. All of the ancestries and classes.
And there are also dedication archetypes, which are also very
Don't forget
varied.
the versatile heritages.
Yeah, and versatile heritages. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Alright.
Philosophy to me is mix and match and build your dream class.
it's like,
Yeah.
hey, do you want to play as a damper elf? You want to play as a dwarf changeling?
To explain archetypes to Conrad, so there is an archetype called Wrestler. You can take Wrestler on any class, and it gives you a bunch of wrestling moves. You can take. Go ahead.
That's just kind of what we have with the spheres of power and spheres of might.
Honestly, it kind of feels like Pathfinder 2 was looking at the spheres of power and thought, let's incorporate some of that style into the next game, right?
Yeah, but does sort of rein in a bit of like you can't. It is it is impossible to have like one of every archetype because there's like rules being like, okay, if you want to switch to a different archetype, you have to have 3 feats in the first archetype before you can pick up another one.
Yeah, you still have tax speeds, but it's less tax speeds and more just limiting it. You can't have it all.
And Pathfinder 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alpha Psyduck does not fuck around.
Indeed.
So it's not really as open as spheres of power.
I would say it's more open in terms of your class building. Like, yeah, you have that class. Once you choose a class, you can't choose another class. There is no multi-classing.
But the
However,
do allow you to somewhat multi-class by taking aspects of other classes.
Yeah.
So how is that different from 3.5? Because the way you say it sounds like it.
For instance, it's not crippling your level growth.
Yeah.
Because with 3.5 and Pathfinder 1, every time you leveled up, you had to choose between, do I stay with my main class, or do I add to this extra class? Weakening yourself. Here, the archetype is growing alongside you. Now, this is only if, say, we're playing with the rule of everybody gets a free archetype.
Which, yes, we will be.
Because that means more fun.
Yeah.
It's also the only real way you can play an undead.
Yeah.
So, for instance, say I want to do my Monster Hunter thing. Being a Monster Hunter, they're known for leaving traps behind or being a tracker. So, I can go for an archetype that gives me the Ranger Trap ability. So, I could be a Barbarian Trapper. Or, as Argyle said, you could be a Wrestler. Now, imagine a wizard with that. He's been hitting the books.
Okay, so from what I'm understanding, it's kind of like you're getting a free multi-class, basically.
Yeah.
If you go for free archetype, for the free archetype rule.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I forget, Argyle, what's the rule that you use for flying?
I would definitely go with, yes, sprites can fly from without feet.
Question, Mindfox, because I just now received those messages, like, looked at them. I see classes and ancestries. Do the ancestries mean races in here?
Yes, they got rid of the word race and replaced it with ancestry.
And
That's
I,
actually what science is doing.
yeah.
Science has moved away from the idea of races.
And I forget how exactly some of the thing goes, but the idea is that you can have like a base like creature, but give it traits from other.
Yeah, no, that's the versatile heritages.
Ah, okay.
Which is what I was bringing up earlier, of like, hey, do you want to play an elf who's also part angel, or do you want to play like a dwarf tiefling?
Yeah.
Because why would a tiefling only be human?
In fact, Pathfinder 1 did mention that, yes, other races can be tieflings or Azamar, but it was
now,
like there's human.
Yeah, but now like that possibility is baked into the rules now, so this is what's basically happening.
That bear wanted to give you a hug.
I would also be allowing the Battlezoo books, of course, which means that there are two other ancestries that the Battlezoo books add. That is dragons and dungeons.
And dungeons, for an April Fool's book, is surprisingly well written.
They're
really like that one.
apparently they're making it a proper thing now.
Oh my god.
Makes perfect sense.
Oh god, the bear's invisible.
I mean,
Yes.
hell, one of the new ancestries that has yet to come out officially is, well, skeleton. We could finally make the Bone Brothers.
Yeah. So yeah, champion is, if you're a lawful good champion, you're a paladin. If you're a if you're a good neutral champion, you're a redeemer, and if you're chaotic good, you're a liberator. And then it's on the evil. On the evil side, it's like anti-paladin.
Yeah.
Alright, I gotcha. Question.
Makes sense that a lawful good paladin could follow, say, a chaotic good goddess.
Do any of those classes, because, well, the names do sound familiar, differ much from their Pathfinder 1 equivalents?
Oh, Pathfinder 1?
Yeah, so what they've tried to do with 2E is really give each class like, definitely they really hone in on their specialty, and they usually have like features that are more prominent than in Pathfinder 1, I would say.
Wait, there's one thing. Do you think you're gonna play a caster or a martial character?
Well, actually, that's a good question, and that
Because there's
very
something
much
very
depends on.
important to know about casting classes in this game.
Yeah, because all right, let me put it this way. Um, how much? Because I really hate, like, this is my personal reason. Like, one of the biggest ones for hating 3.5 slash Pathfinder 1 slash D&D 5e is that marshals get to do nothing interesting, basically.
No, it's not like that at all. No.
Yo.
Marshals
And
are
yeah,
really
I heard
powerful.
Marshals have
And I
got
heard that,
proper buff.
yeah, Pathfinder 2 is more like 4th edition, which I like, which
Yeah.
is like the hook that Argo has been dangling in front of me for a long while now. So yeah, okay, so alright, so I guess that's a possibility now, because if you said that no, I would have just kind of straight up crossed it out.
Well, no, the
Here's
main reason why I was bringing it up is because they changed the way that magic kind of works in 2E, where it used to be that every class had its own spell list. They have reduced that, and now there are 4 spell lists that different classes have different access to. There is Arcane, Primal, Occult, and Divine. And different casters have access to different schools of magic.
unless you're a
Well, it
sorcerer.
doesn't sound that much different, but yeah, I getcha. Alright, so
When you buff sorcerer,
Actually-
the
Well, Oracle also gets to choose.
Yeah, true. And
And
Witch.
also
I-
Summoner.
I want to say, it is probably like I only have 2 campaigns that are really. Okay, let's call both of them functional, for the purpose of this statement. And there is my Tuesday campaign, which is Death Watch, which is very much not the kind of might versus magic kind of a deal. And Argo's Sunday Pokemon Age of Awakening deal, in which I play a crafter, but also a wild magic sorcerer, basically. Except, well, okay, let's just put it at that.
Yeah.
So I really want to stay with my character on Sunday. And if I do, I reckon I would probably take like a marshal for for balancing things out. Like that would like I'm not saying like 100%, but like it's probably because I think that whatever mate I would go for right now would probably get eclipsed by A4. It's been a few months. Like I've made a build which has access to so much stuff that a few months have passed since I've created this character. I am still not yet done with the Excel sheets of how many combat options I have. Basically, that's never happened to me before. So yeah, it's probably gonna depend on that. So actually, the sooner our goal you make your decision that whether we're gonna stay with Pathfinder 1 or Pathfinder 2, the sooner I will probably be able to give you a clear answer.
Yeah, I'm just looking through things, just trying to remind myself. So we've got Undead VTuber. We've got the body horror.
Is that an actual VTuber? They're just a performer. They're just a
Yeah,
singer.
but a
We're
bard,
just
yeah.
making
Yeah,
a joke
but-
about it.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. So we've got the body horror above it. The body horror that is cutesy.
which may potentially be an inventor.
Mechanically speaking, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Sorry, just I love the idea of just the Jolteon just moved past and there was just this Owlet hiding just directly behind it.
Yeah.
You
Just
got
fine.
me basically playing knockoff Guts.
Yeah. And
Should be a barbarian, I assume, or a fighter.
I'm gonna go for Barbarian because there's the giant of
Yeah, the giant instinct.
yeah, the giant instinct, which it really does fit for Monster Hunter, doesn't it?
And no, because you don't really grow bigger in Monster Hunter.
No, this is the one that lets you carry. No, the giant instinct lets you carry heavy, bigger weapons. It doesn't actually make you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
that makes you bigger.
There are feats that you can take that will
Yeah.
make you bigger and that make you large and later gigantic.
Technically, again, you don't have to take those feats, but that's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I might, but I think
Yeah.
I'm mostly in it for Titan Mauling.
yeah.
You want to be the huge ass anime sword boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless there's a fighter build that does let me do that.
Anyone can take the Titan Mauler feat. That lets you grapple large creatures.
No,
And
Titan
I will-
Mauler is the instinct part of the giant.
Ah.
I've gotta say, yes, I agree with Brent's statement there. I really can't picture Monster Hunter with ridiculously big weapons that kind of more than fit the anime bullshit style.
Yeah, Guts would totally fit in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, but except the best weapon in Monster Hunter is of course the sword and shield. So.
Oh yeah,
Obviously.
ironically enough, the simplest of weapons is one of the most balanced and most useful.
Yeah.
But you know me, I love the great sword.
Yeah.
Although I might take the Draconic Scion heritage since you are allowing third party, at least for that, and it's actually in the
Yeah. Battle Zoo Bestiary.
yeah, it's actually in the Pathfinder builder,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice.
Well, maybe a slight anecdote. The first, in the very first official RP that I ever was a part of, which was a PBF that I was first a player and then GM on 15 years ago, I believe. Maybe more than that, actually. I actually went for like the giant sword fighter kind of a deal. That game actually had like it was a bit of a freeform deal, except you got to customize your character by stating 3 abilities that you wanna have and like approximately what they wanna do. And you can and there were the weapon sizes and basically the GM that saw what I wanted like this is totally gonna not work. You know about it, yes. You're just gonna be dragging this sword along and it's gonna be more of an impediment to you than useful in a fight. Do you know it? Yes. Are you sure you still want it? Yes.
Dude,
One of
I
the
literally, yeah, I like he was totally right about it. Like I won I had to win my very first PvP by taking a toolbox and bashing a fellow co-player's skull in until it cracked.
Jesus.
Metal.
yeah.
Freaking metal.
They call me the Tool Man.
I have to admit, just looking through classes and ancestries and all that, I have to admit, a part of me is conflicted because I'm kind of the two classes I want to. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Of the two classes I wanted to try out, the two that come to mind would be Investigator and Alchemist. Where did we lose?
Conrad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
that's-
So I will tell you. Oh, they're back. I will tell you what I know about Investigator. Investigator is kind of a bad class.
Really?
From what I've heard, yes, because apparently it's not bad as in it's suboptimal. It's bad as in you are either completely useless or the only useful member in a party. There is no in between.
I would say that, okay, the way it works in 2E is like the weakest class is still very viable. That every class can be used. It's just
Though
they
admitting-
might struggle a bit in certain situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of leaning more towards Alchemist anyway.
Alchemist is... The funny thing is, Alchemist is one of those classes that people will say is either one of the weakest or one of the best. Just because it's like, for you to use Alchemist really well, you have to be definitely aiming for enemy weaknesses. So it's like, oh, they're weak to fire, use Alchemist Fire. They're weak to electric, use a bottle of lightning.
Which, given that we're playing essentially Monster Hunter, would actually fit for that sort of thing.
Would.
Yeah. I'm also looking through the various ancestries. There's currently 4 at the moment that have got my attention.
Do tell.
Let's see, we've got first and foremost, we've got the Andy, or how do you pronounce it?
Yanadi, the spider.
Yeah, the spider people.
Yep.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Though, that's just more just for the interest factor. No. Let's see, we've got kobolds, because I fucking love kobolds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look really strange in Pathfinder 2e though.
Yeah, I don't like the 2E design.
Yeah. We've got hobgoblins and we've got normal goblins.
AKA the best goblins and the wannabe goblins that are just taller goblins.
Hobgoblins
Yeah,
are
look at the
playable?
bright side. At least hobgoblins are remembered. Does anybody even know what a bugbear is?
Vaguely.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yes.
I know what a bugbear is. It's the fact that the Skyrim bears are bugged so much that they kill dragons. That's why they call them bugbear.
Oh, I forgot how cool the bugbear art actually looks though.
Yeah.
It
Look at
does.
him.
Yeah.
Look at this boy.
But
So,
yes, I will admit there is just a part of me that wants to go either kobold or goblin alchemist, just for the idea of just this tiny, crazy little shit that just loves that cackles
goblin?
explosives.
Goblin Alchemist is fun, especially since if you go a Charhide Goblin, which is one of the heritages, they get resistance to fire damage, and they can pick up feats later on that lets them set themselves on fire and then run up to people and just basically hug them and do fire damage.
And of course, if you're a kobold,
Runs.
I was just going to say, if you go for kobold, you can also pull off the small.
Oh, you could also
Angry.
play a small. You could also play a gnoll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because gnolls have that ancestry that makes them small.
Yes.
I mean, that heritage that makes them small.
There is a feat for kobolds, which I absolutely love, called Cringe, which basically it's like, oh, an enemy's going to attack you. You can activate Cringe, and they then have to I think they get a penalty to their attack roll, because you just look so weak and pathetic, they like, maybe I don't want to hurt this thing.
You fool!
Attacking creature takes a circumstance penalty to the damage of the triggering strike equal to your level +2. The level 1 that's -3.
Damage, not attack.
Yeah, so yeah, it's damage. So they pull their punch a bit.
So and it's not for a hit, it's for a critical success on a strike.
Hey Argo, can you send me the Battle Zoo dragon?
Yeah, I will do that once I've finished making my copper.
Yeah.
Oh,
'cause-
why?
Yes.
We got Barbarian and Bard, but when you were saying that kind of character of yours, what class was that actually? A druid?
Well, I think Inventor got brought
Inventor.
up. That could fit the idea
Indeed.
for
Inventor,
the
you
bio
said.
horror
Inventor.
shenanigans.
Which of the three kinds of inventor are you gonna go for?
It sounds more like armor inventor or weapon inventor. Like,
Yeah.
Well, what are the kinds of things that we got?
so with inventor, there are three subclasses, and that is armor inventor, weapon inventor, and construct inventor.
The construct makes minions, basically. Is that what I
Yeah.
understand it? Yeah. Hmm.
The
It's like,
armor
hey,
inventor.
you wanna play Iron Man, Ruby, or Dr. Eggman?
Oh god, I'm tempted to have the idea of, oh yes, I lay eggs to produce my minions.
Yeah. It's more of one. It's more of one powerful. instead of multiple.
Okay, that does not sound as fun. So yeah, maybe one of the other ones.
You couldn't have the scene of like going inside the king's palace and he thinks you're all unarmed, but lo and behold, an army crawls out of the warrior's asshole.
I do love how, when it comes to just the alchemist thing, just when you go to others probably think you're some kind of sorcerer or eccentric wizard that don't understand that you don't cast spells, don't understand your zeal for alchemy, creativity, or invention, and assume that if you haven't caused a catastrophe with your experimentations, you inevitably will.
You know, I'm starting to be very happy that I picked a character who was both underage and incorporeal.
What?
Wait, what?
I am very happy that I picked. I feel as though I am very happy that I picked a character that is underage and incorporeal. It means I have two reasons for them to not get involved in all these shenanigans.
Oh, okay.
Quite. So there's a question then. Is your character a lolly?
I don't know. Like, I feel as though, like, theme-wise they should be, but I don't know if I have a voice that can do that.
A voice really doesn't matter much. The importance is the spirit of things.
Yeah,
I
kind
feel
of.
like the question goes for tone. Are we going full anime, in which case a younger character would fit better? Are we going for fantasy are we going for high fantasy anime hybrid? Then probably a teenager would work instead.
I mean, my style always ends up leaning more towards like the, like Log Horizon, you know, kind of like fantasy with, I would say, yeah, fantasy that does allow for more modern concepts.
And comedy.
Yeah.
Like, even
Wait.
Monster Hunter, to be honest, Monster Hunter takes place in a post-apocalyptic setting.
Yes.
And
But-
he is still not afraid to be silly.
But
the joke goes up.
just hold up, Argo. But like, your Sunday campaign, The Age of Awakening, is pretty damn serious. Like, it has its funny moments, but like, overall, it has some pretty,
Yeah, Yeah.
emotional tones like that. And remember how I kind of see relate to Mindfox, and like I see him in my younger self when I was applying for your Age of Awakening with a child character.
If that.
Remember that
Anyway.
time? Like when I thought it would be an innocent, happy Pokemon time?
Yes. Anyway, yeah, but no, when it comes to style, like setting wise, I'm not a big fan of the token-esque, like the medieval aesthetic. I prefer the more like high fantasy anime style, where it's like it.
There might actually be flushable toilets.
Yeah. Well, when you have it like because it's my idea, my logic is if you have magic in a setting, people would use that magic to better the world.
That is true.
Yeah.
Or forget about modern medicine.
I mean, hell, it could very well be a thing if the magic is too advanced, and yes, actual like first aid does get sort of left behind. It's like, I've got my arm is bleeding. I should go to the cleric to get that healed. Why not wrap it in a bandage? And what?
Yeah, I remember it was.
Shadowversity did a video about that.
Yeah, possibly Shadowversity, but it was also it's another guy who was writing a book. He was like doing a. Oh, not sure if it was Shadowversity.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Just the idea of yes, they've got magic to cure people, to cure disease and all that, but they don't actually understand what diseases are.
That's also a thing, yeah. Okay, there we go. Battlezoo Ancestries Dragons.
Are Azarketi the Dragonborn?
Nah. Azarketi are the Sea Elves, aren't they?
It says that they're surface to interact with the rest of the world, inheritors of a shattered empire legacy. Like that sounds like Dragonborn.
Nah,
Hold their ground.
nah, they are mer
that's
people. Yeah.
Or people.
Yeah,
What?
they're people of the sea. Think of them as basically descendants of people of Atlantis, I suppose is the best way to look at it.
Oh, okay. That explains the surface thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you wanna like also remember that sometimes like a lot of a character's flavor will also come from like their subclass. Because
Thank you.
it's like, hey, do you want to play a dragon-themed character? Don't look at the ancestries. Look at the classes and pick either sorcerer or barbarian who get a subclass that is just become dragon.
Or you know.
There is the Battlezoo Ancestries, which I'm looking into.
There's also that, but if you wanted to like, if you wanted a touch of dragon instead of full dragon.
I like the lore on how they actually explain how you can play a dragon ancestry without being as powerful as a normal dragon. Basically, the whole idea is that these dragons, they go through a ritual called the Lux Eterna, and it's like, yeah, it resets your power scale, but allows you to gain more power than you would have as a full as a normal dragon.
Hey,
So,
anyone
like-
want to play as a Western dragon?
So for some reason, I'm remembering it was. I think it was like a Tumblr thing actually. Just the idea of the entire party was made up of various half human, half various species / creatures and all that. And just the idea was they were all on the quest to find their collective father, the bard, who is basically.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna post the joke here. I feel like this show started
I
it.
think I might just go full dragon, not just human dragon-blooded. I think I'll just go full dragonborn. Because why the fuck not, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Really click that link. You should click that link I just put.
Yeah, show a link this. This is. Yeah.
The Battlezoo thing, ancestries are like the Battlezoo is just ancestries bonus, right? Or is it more there?
What?
The Battlezoo thing that you posted, that is bonus ancestries, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, just that. Okay.
Yeah, most characters are basically you get an ancestry, to get a heritage, which is what, hey, what kind of this ancestry are you? And then they get a class. And maybe an archetype as well, depending.
Western Dragon.
So basically like a race and
but-
a sub-race, then?
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, I'm using the free archetypes.
Which
Mhm.
won't have to play till next year.
Yeah,
Unless
unless
you
of course.
pick an undead one, in which case some of those have activated level 1 because you're a living person on level 1 and then you die at level 2. That's not gonna work.
True. So many dragon types I could play. What would be the most gutsy?
Argo, would your world be like civilization-wise also akin Monster Hunter?
I'll explain a bit better when I don't have food in my mouth. You asked me just as I put something in.
Sorry.
Oh, these are delicious. Brownie M&Ms.
That sounds
Anyway.
nice, actually.
Yeah, those are really good.
Yeah. So, the idea is, it's because, like, since guilds are kind of the de facto powers, it can really depend. Like, say, the largest, most powerful guild might have more, civilized, like, might actually have, like, a city. But,
It might be like a fortress city, but it's a protected city.
yeah.
Just to let you know, due to the power of coin flips, I have decided to go with an alchemist kobold.
Fair enough.
That
I am not-
sounds awesome.
Yeah, I am not entirely sure what field of research they're going to branch off into.
Honestly, if you're playing a kobold or a goblin, I feel like the answer's obvious. Fucking grenades!
Or no, the answer is actually you do want to diversify. Like, your research doesn't lock you into that; it just gives you an early bonus towards that field.
That is also
Guys, we have in our party big dragon and small dragon. You can be a family.
true. That is also true, yeah.
Hmm.
'Cause I'm basically just gonna go full Dragonborn on this one.
You mean just dragon, not dragonborn?
Like
Well-
imagine a party with distant, awkward cousins.
Yeah,
Look
that's
at that.
basically what the bard half sibling party was basically about.
Ooh, I can make Drago. From
Yeah.
yeah. Anybody
Like, I'm
remember?
not sure- Yeah.
You know that one that one anime, Bakugan?
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the battle brawlers.
Oh yeah, I remember them. That was good.
That was the show
Question.
that existed.
Yep.
When it says uncommon and rare ancestries, does it mean like actually rare within the setting, or is it like how powerful this place is?
No, it's if you're playing in a normal campaign, ask your DM if it's okay because it's alright because they're justified in saying no.
Yeah.
It's like
So
for
it
Pathfinder
is the-
society and such.
Basically, uncommon. Like, if you're setting it in the typical Galarian setting, uncommon basically means like, yes, they are uncommon, which means the GM is perfectly allowed to say, you're not allowed to play that. I'm restricting uncommon and rare.
Alright, just
rare.
yeah, like, it doesn't
Rare-
mean mechanics. That's all I was asking.
Yeah, rare actually does kind of sometimes mean mechanics. Like, rare backgrounds. Rare backgrounds will typically have, like, some feature. Like, I think one of them is the Chosen One background, which gives you lay on hands.
or there's a rare background that's like related to a campaign.
Yeah.
You know, like an actual
Okay.
adventure path. Yeah.
Yes. And for the record, Argyle, when you picking a research field from the looks of it, it basically just means that it does level up with
Yeah,
time and gives you
it
things. It's just
yeah, it does. It's a way of being like, okay, instead of focusing all on bombs, I want to have my bombs leveling up and getting those feats for free, which allows me to spend feats on other stuff. It's not just all in on bombs.
when throwing an alchemical bomb with the splash trait, you can deal splash damage to only your primary target instead of the usual splash area.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Question.
very helpful.
So Argo, what is, because you mentioned that's gonna be like a bit like those relations between the guilds and such. What is going to be the division of the campaign between hunting monsters, and how much of that will be like the diplomacy part, maybe subterfuge, and like, you know, the finer details of mingling with the society, those relationship between the guilds?
Honestly, it kind of ends up being how the party wants to sort of go.
In Monster Hunter, they sometimes did address the whole, why don't we just hunt every monster out there because they're dangerous? And then somebody will say, well, we have to keep the ecosystem in balance because if we get rid of one predator, something worse might take its place.
I mean, there will also be other things. There will be like dungeon crawling.
There is also just putting it out there. There's probably also the field of thought of some of them. Just like if we wipe out the monsters, then what the fuck do we do after that? It's important to leave like the youngin monsters alone, the youngins alone, just so that there's a future in this business.
Oh yeah, stuff like that. That makes sense. There's a toadstool dragon.
Mm-hmm. It's a dragon covered in mushrooms.
Yeah.
Are they hallucinogenic mushrooms?
It gives me the ability, the feat seasoned, where Master Preppa and many types of cooking and drinking. That almost would work for a Monster Hunter because half the fun of Monster Hunter is the food. But I don't think I'm gonna go with that. As funny as that would be.
Yes. I will have to come back with people just with exactly what kind of insanity my little kobold has. But we'll get there. Because we don't know if because right now I don't know if he's the I want things to explode madness. I want to poison things madness. I want to cure diseases kind of focus, or you know, mutations, hooray. I want to be big and powerful and and do fun things.
That's an interesting feat.
Which one?
Quick bomber. You keep your bomb in easy to reach pouches and you draw without thinking. You interact to draw bombs and strike with it, all for one action instead of two.
Ah, yes, the literally one thing that pretty much every alchemist of Pathfinder 1 had to take in order to stay valid. Yes, that one.
Although, I'll say this. I'll be glad when I level up and I can start flying. Because wielding a giant sword and flying in the air would just let me do a sick, what is it that, what do you call it when Link, like, thrusts down, jumps in the air and thrusts down? Like, what do you call that?
Like a down
Down
thrust?
thrust?
Oh, Legend
Yeah,
of Zelda.
like an epic down thrust. With guts
I was
as
expecting
dragons.
you to go for Devil May Cry instead. Go for an aerial rave.
You mean the Skull Breaker, the Helmet Crusher,
No, Helm Splitter is a. Yeah, the Helm Splitter is the MC.
and Splitter. Yeah, that was the one.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I didn't think that they were going for Helm Splitter. I thought they were going for aerial rave of knock opponent into the air and start doing
No,
combos with him in
aerial
midair.
But he specifically said the downward round. The aerial wave was the L button 4-hit combo that you did on the Swordmaster.
Yeah, no, because I thought he said I thought he was going for aerial wave before he said downward.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Nerds.
Okay,
Definitely gonna
Well, that's
try.
one way to solve the problem.
Oh,
Hello.
I'm just gonna put it this way. I am the storm that is approaching. I rest my
Hey,
case.
somebody joined
Yep.
in.
yep.
Yeah.
Guys,
okay, so
meet Shaw. Oh,
Hello.
oh my god! Just as I was about to go to bed, no, it's 6 a.m., guys.
You're here forever.
so yeah, we were discussing the campaign, and since you had some interest, figured might see if you continue that interest.
Oh no, I'm stuck. Yeah, some interest. Seems cool. Plus,
So-
I need more games. I'm only in.
12 games now?
God, no, 12. That'd be ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 6 a week.
Counting the LARPs.
Jesus Christ.
Oh. Oh,
Whenever I make this joke, you know I count the LARPs.
those lops aren't weekly. I'm using like 1 lop a week.
How many games are you in?
Including the lop 7.
Yes.
7 a week.
Alright, that's not as bad as I thought. How many total?
Like 12. Cthulhu the Nephilis, Disrupted Knights, Dance in the Neon Dust, The Eden Chronicles. I guess Seeker's just finished. Oh, there's the epilogue left.
Oh my god, you're actually speaking English.
I'm speaking Australian. It's reflected.
Yeah, close enough.
I'm sorry, it's just your accent was so thick, and I'm not even a native speaker. Just took me a moment to let my brain comprehend that. Like, holy shit!
I can choose to like slow it down and enunciate better instead of just
I mean,
oh god,
the
the
exact
drizzle.
opposite.
Two of these guys in this channel are supposed to be Australian, and they speak nothing like you.
That's because they're
Please
East
don't yell.
Coasters.
Yeah.
I'm from Radelaide.
So you're a true breed. That's why you get
Oh,
to
you're wet-
you get
you're-
to pick your ancestry buffs.
Oh, you're a West Coast bugger.
I'm a South Coaster.
yeah.
Oh. Well, that's even worse.
We're known for our drugs and biker gangs.
I thought the bike
And murders.
were Queensland.
I mean, everyone's got drugs in Australia.
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe just to confirm, Shoakan,
Yes.
the time that we are considering as potentially the time when we'll have the game, it would be like between now or earlier, up to like 6 hours earlier.
4 or 5.
I mean, time has passed since that, but
Yeah.
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 Is that
They
something?
see you all the way. You can't throw a ball at them.
I know.
I mean, it should be fine, right? Like,
Yeah.
when does the game normally end? That's like the main issue for me would be.
I mean, it would
I would
probably,
say
it would
it's
definitely be over by now.
Oh, cool.
That
It's
way
not
you
now, it'd
could,
be like-
yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Get ready
we,
for
we tend to
work.
go like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, a game that's not 2 hours for once.
Yes!
I knew you would bring that.
Oh, thank God. So many 2-hour games. Why am I in so many games?
2 hours is just not enough.
Oh. 3 hours is like a minimum. 12 hours. That's
That's
ideal.
what happens when our
Dude,
player base is split between
This guy gets
Coast
it.
and
This guy gets it. Well,
Dude.
welcome. I welcome you as my comrade, fellow
Dude.
12-hour marathon player.
I
As the
enjoy
winner.
going.
Well,
I enjoy going to 7-day-long LARPs where you camp on site. They're good. Nothing better
Holy
than getting
shit.
shit
Yeah,
faced
you-
with orcs.
You've been beaten there, Conrad.
I think
Dude.
found his soulmate.
Dude, I need you in my campaigns. Oh, I am totally inviting you, like, once I get another one starting.
But do you mind if I ask you a quick question? Because it's come up at this point. Where exactly are you on the planet at this point?
Me or Shuakan?
You.
No, I know where Showa is. Oh, wait, I'm asking you.
Alright. I'm actually from Poland. Like, that little country that is right next to Ukraine and is having huge issues with immigrants that the
Poland. Yeah, that makes
European
sense.
Union is not giving us any help with.
Yes, I
That
know the
one.
story of Poland. It is
Yeah.
a story of tragedy, betrayal, and yet you guys are still around, which is probably the most impressive part.
I mean, let's be real
How
here.
many-
I don't think Poland expects the Europeans to help them. It's never happened in the past.
How many times has your
Exactly.
country been broken up between bordering empires?
Yeah.
Twice?
Welcome to life between Russia and Germany. Like, did you guys hear that
And
Germany's
Austrians.
officials?
And the Austrians at one time.
Yes.
Occasionally the
Did you
Ottomans.
guys
There's the
Here's
Netherlands
the-
too.
like did you guys hear the official statement of Germany like just from like a day or two ago?
No.
They
No, I did
they
not.
stated Ukraine should surrender.
Can we not talk politics or anything, please?
Yeah, sure. All right, so okay, so I'm just gonna our goal, or actually whoever is knowable, like, what does the bone feathered race mean? How the fuck does that work? Like one of the last ones on the list. Allow I close that. No, that's Shisk. Secretive mountain dwellers, bone-feathered humanoids.
So Shisk, the meme version of Shisk, if I think this is the ancestry, they're basically porcupine people. They've got bone spikes all over their back.
Yeah.
So if you want to be Sanic,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gotta go fast.
Okay, yeah, I'm a pass.
I don't know how they're supposed to wear armor.
Yeah, no, that's...
How are you alive?
Well, they live in the Mwangi Expanse, so most of them aren't.
Yeah, that's a pretty dangerous territory.
I mean, they can be a race of all mages, no armor.
No, I mean the Mwangi Expanse is basically what happens if Australia and Africa had a baby.
And the Amazon.
Yeah, and throw in some Amazon for flair. And then, of
Yeah,
course,
that's
in the
true.
middle, just throw a bunch of demons, and then just clap and watch.
Yeah, it makes
Alright.
Australia look like an old folks home. In
I
Poland.
mean, it really is an old folks home.
Yeah.
Actually, Argo, can I make a quick request?
Yeah.
I would like to preemptively ban Shuni.
Why?
what?
I don't like pugs.
Shuni dog people, they typically look like pugs.
Ah.
They are not dog
exclusively look
people.
like
They are exclusively pug people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
never
quaint.
liked bugs.
Well,
I don't
isn't
like
this
the
game
idea of...
like set on Galarian?
Nah, this is
Wait,
A different one?
the guild one.
Oh, okay.
Why would anyone make specifically a pug of people when you can just do like a general beastkin or like
I don't
hengeoke
know.
thing?
there is.
I mean,
It's Beast
that's the thing.
I can only assume there's a dude at Paizo who just really likes pugs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's literally it.
Okay.
Also, Beastkin, like, Shuni came before Beastkin, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they came in with Extinction Curse Book 3.
Yeah. Beastkin were
Question.
advanced.
APG,
Yeah, ABG.
The ancestry guide.
which came.
So, I'm looking at the table of contents for this dragon, like this battle zoo. All it says is dragon. Am I looking at the right thing?
I mean,
So, this is basically Dragon the Appendix.
it's a third-party book that is just basically, you want to play as dragons? Here you go.
I might also
Okay, I
get
thought
a
that
word
would
of
be.
power.
Okay, I thought that was supposed to be more like a general beast monster kind of a thing, and dragons was supposed to be one of them.
Battle Zoo Bestiary is a name of a book series. There are 4 books in the series at the moment.
Wait, there's more than 2? I thought it was
Uh,
just
so-
dragons and dungeons.
Yeah, there's dragons, there's dungeons, there's the actual main Battle Zoo Bestiary, which is a bestiary.
Oh.
Yeah, this
And-
is used as official third party.
Yeah, and the 4th book is going to be, well, it's going to be an AP. Where he plays pirates.
Wait, isn't it?
Oh.
At that point, just be second party?
I
The
guess
second party would be a
second party
publisher.
is the right word.
It's weird.
What? I'm still trying to figure
When you
out.
say pirate, that's swashbuckler thing. How do they make it work? Because I know it was kind of like an abandoned class in Pathfinder 1.
Oh, the swashbuckler class?
Yeah.
I don't know, ask Showa, he's the one who played one for like 14 levels.
Playing a swashbuckler is very simple. You basically get to meme and dunk on your opponents to get panache and then do ridiculous damage. But if
Yeah.
you miss, fuck.
They can be pretty fun, especially in Pathfinder 1.
Pathfinder 1, if you go to like a good GM, they'll give you like panache for doing lots of dumb shit.
Yeah, I think like
Okay,
the
I guess that's not really for me.
Yeah, I
I
believe-
think I have a record of whenever I wanna do dumb shit / just kind of get impressive, my dice rolls get horrible at that particular moment.
I think that's one of those
Yeah.
things where you have to embrace the Captain Jack Sparrow and be willing to be the butt of a joke.
yeah.
I don't really usually complain about rolls. I'm very much have fun with nat ones kind of a deal. It's just there's this weird coincidence that I've noticed and how that works.
Conrad, I understand your pain, if only because I played Blood Bowl.
Oh,
Dude,
oh,
you're
double
all
skulls,
fine.
reroll
You
double
just make
skulls,
stupid
nothing worse.
decisions.
Huh?
I mean, maybe you've improved since when I've last seen you. I don't know, but
No, it's more.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. It's more the fact that at the moment with the YouTube League, I'm playing goblins.
Oof. Nuffle is not on
Yeah,
the side of
and
the
I heard that
goblins.
you're actually doing fine because you mentioned that this is your season, kind of a deal.
Oh no, that went downhill fairly quickly.
Oh.
But
So
to
it
be
was
fair-
a premature celebration, kind of a deal.
Yes, the first match went really well. The next two kind of went meh. I've drawn a few, which is pretty good. So I'm not completely lost, but that's goblins for you. Very dependent on RNG.
All right, so Argo,
Yeah.
I've checked the classes and the races, and I don't think any of those immediately strike me as yes, I wanna play this thing.
Fair enough.
So it's probably gonna have to wait till a more in-depth look when I have the time and when I'm not at the verge of going to sleep, basically.
Yeah, you go to bed.
I might help you.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm having trouble trying to figure out what type of dragon I want to play as.
Can you remind me what the actual character sheet generator thing we had?
Builder.
Path Builder.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I might want to go for Crystal Dragon, but I don't know. It looks way too weird. Even
Go for it and name your character Chibidoki.
I don't even know what that's a reference to. And
Something awful.
yeah, like when it comes to the Crystal Dragon, it just
Hang on.
You do not
Crystal
wish to
Dragon.
be fabulous?
Sorry, what? The Crystal Dragon from?
Out of the bestiary.
It's just a dragon made of crystals.
Yeah, it's in the book that I linked.
In fact, here, I'll send a link of the picture.
Alright. Oh,
Alright,
that's
so
bestiary thing. Okay.
I'm just gonna. Okay, so our goal, like you just proposed it, kind of a deal, but I know you and how when you're motivated you tend to do things rather fast. How many months ahead do you think this campaign will be starting? Like we're talking like in a year, half a year.
Hey, there I go.
Hmm.
Hello?
What? Sorry, was that my nan was talking to me?
Ah.
So what was the?
Yes, basically just ask, like maybe it's too early to ask because you just proposed this thing, but like, do you reckon, given your circumstances and how you've mentioned that you had family issues too, like, do you reckon this campaign would be like in a year, in 2 years, half a
No.
year?
It would be probably a month and a bit.
I will say I would
Hmm.
appreciate having a month because I am kind of entering into a period where I'm trying to do some stressful stuff at work, so having a period of time to
Yeah.
be ready and all that is
Plus,
appreciated.
that'll give me plenty of time to come up with the character, read up on a lot of the rules, especially these third-party ones.
Yeah.
It's actually on my case, like when I usually ask about this stuff, it's more like, oh, I want to do this thing as soon as possible. In this case, it's more of a thing like I would actually appreciate not needing to have to deal with it for like 3 months or so, something like that.
But yeah, I'm looking at the Crystal Dragon art. I don't know. Do I want to play that? It's kind of cool, but
I mean, another you could always change if you don't like the look. You could come up with a different look. So maybe it's like maybe they are a normal dragon that just has like scales that might have a crystalline appearance, or
yeah, because I like what a Crystal Dragon gets. You get a imprecise tremor sense of a range of 20 feet.
And I would say
Usually go for like Space Godzilla. With, like,
Yeah.
crystals growing out of you in like chunks.
Hmm.
And I would say,
What were you
Conrad, if
saying,
you
Adrian?
do, I was going to say, Conrad, if you feel like you need time, I mean, we could just do a start on things, and you can join us later.
mm-hmm.
Oh god, I hate that. But yeah, I guess that is an option.
Because we are playing a guild, which means if anybody leaves or joins,
Ah, yeah, I
it's
suppose
a little
so.
easier to introduce somebody in.
I know. I just personally hate just
It does get a
joining
little
something that is already ongoing. It's a pet peeve of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. Shucks.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go chill now. I think I earned it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
Fair
hey,
enough.
I'm pretty excited for this new campaign. It's gonna be awesome.
I'll have to dig up some of my old notes that I made about it originally.
Yeah. Alright, so
Night
I
all.
think I'm gonna follow
Night.
Bren's example and
Yeah.
also head off now. Whenever you like, find the like just whenever you make the decision about Age of Awakening, I'll go just please tell so we can
Yeah.
act accordingly. It's just really heavily weighting down on us all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah.
Alright.
Bye.
And thanks for the opportunity of a new campaign, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
For the initiative. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Then, so yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
And so now the Australians outnumber the Americans.
No!
Bloody got him.
You guys outnumber them 3-1.
Absolutely got him.
Yep. Kick him while he's down!
Get him.
Rovian will just sit over here far away from this.
No, don't! I'll give you all of my Vegemite if you leave me alone!
Yeah, much Vegemite.
It's a mystery.
Mystery Vegemite? That sounds like I Snack 2.0! I don't feel like I Snack 2.0, that shit was rank!
No, will you leave me alone for some Tam-Tams?
Some what?
Tam-Tams?
Do you mean Tim Tams?
I don't fucking know!
It means you must not have any.
Damn.
I've got 2 packets of the Aldi equivalent I actually prefer.
I've never had the Audi equivalent.
They're different, but I prefer them personally.
I might have to get myself a pack.
I'd also recommend the Aldi Kinder Buenos. They're just better.
I might take off a bit because I've got a few things to do, plus I also know how to make this kobold character.
Yeah,
I also have to head out. I'm going to see you guys on my phone.
fair enough.
Alright.
Take care, everybody.
Kid you.
Good
ya.
and happy hunting, always.
Thank you.
Yes, he's currently playing Pokemon.
Catch the shine.
I actually did catch a shiny today. It was a Rhyperior.
I don't know what that is.
You remember Rhydon?
Yes.
Imagine Rhydon with an ugly
I
work
can't.
safety vest. Oh, right, yes. I mean, yeah, we both have that, but, you know.
Glorious aphantasia. I say glorious. Existential nightmare that is.
Yes.
I've only ever caught one shiny, and it was a Bronzor in Platinum. I was like, why the fuck is this Bronzor green? Wait, shinies are a thing. Oh my god.
Yeah, so basically, Rhyperior is Rhydon, slightly bigger, with an orange, like, you know, work safety, road safety vest. Like, it's made out of, like, rock, but it just looks horrible.
But let's see if I can't.
What if
Pull it
Rhydon
up.
was this, a council worker?
Yeah, basically.
Get to install the NBN?
Let's see. No, you went. Yeah.
So yeah, with character creation, what are people looking at, do we know, in terms of rough, like, you know, class composition, what level are we looking at?
So, probably start at level 1, because, you know, at least Pathfinder 2e makes level 1 interesting. So far confirmed, we've got an alchemist, kobold. I'm pretty sure Fox is going to play a bard. He hasn't exactly specifically said bard, but he said, you know, singer. A barbarian.
Alright.
Also, here's a shiny Rhyperior.
There we go.
Ah, welcome back.
You know, to be honest, like halfway through that conversation, I forgot that we were all live on Twitch.
Wait, what? No one warned me. I could have come in here and started dropping bad words. I mean, I don't generally do that, so.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where the Rhyperior image is. If you go to content creator corner. But yeah, so Fox, just to make sure, your character is a bard, right? Because you've just said singer. You haven't actually.
No, it is going to be Bard. My main thing I'm gonna do is like float up in the middle of the battlefield and do the one thing that, what was it again? It gives everyone +1 to attack.
Yeah, that's
Inspire courage.
Yeah, inspire courage.
Yeah, the cantrip.
Inspire courage. Yeah. Yep.
Bread and butter.
Yep.
Mhm.
Just gonna float up to the top of the battlefield and sing that.
Yep. Do the thing, bard. Inspire courage.
Doodle-doodle-doo.
I mean, I still get 2 more actions.
Yeah.
Plus, I still have access to Sue. So I'll be like a
grab my
back
Hulu
diva.
scene, play a tune if you want music. Glorious Hulu scene, an instrument most people have never heard of or seen or heard.
Yeah.
Glorious Chinese gourd flute. It makes pretty noise.
Indeed. You don't even have to play it that well.
Oh god.
So I was looking stuff up the other day, and Ghost Sound is an interesting cantrip because it can't make complex noises like quote-unquote music. But you can use it to give you you can probably use it to give you like a simple beat
Yeah.
or bass line.
A metronome.
So you can use it to just go.
Oh, I forgot if anyone wanted to do a thing where like my character was friends with their character when they were both young before she died.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's something to consider.
And once again, I end up joining a D&D, a tabletop game session where a tabletop campaign where the vast majority of the people are just complete weirdos.
Hell yeah.
One of us. One of us.
Navas.
Gobble 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 gobble.
Gobble gobble.
God.
I meant more along the lines of like the characters that are being played, like what's the traditional D&D party, like 3 humans, an elf, and a dwarf, and
Yeah.
every single campaign I've been a part of has been like, first one was a human, a catfolk, a kobold, and 2 leshies.
You had a catfolk?
Yeah, we did. Fawns. Fawns.
They were a goblin first.
No, they switched, remember?
Yeah, they were goblins beforehand. They started out with the goblin.
Which is still a bit unusual for a typical party.
That was the goblin wizard. Then the wizard
Yeah.
was eaten by hippos and got brought back and said, "Fuck adventuring, I'm out."
Which,
Because
to be fair,
they
fair.
were devoured by hippos. It's kind of
no, they weren't devoured by hippos. They got stepped on by it.
yeah, they got crushed.
But yeah. So, again, when it comes to Andrew, what we've sort of brought up, and that is being an inventor, though I'm not sure what ancestry you'd go with.
I mean, whatever works with weird bug person.
Yeah, there are quite a few. Like Anardi, which is again the spider people, Flesh Warp.
They can look very.
Beastkin doesn't have to be like a mammal. It could be an insect apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also I haven't actually looked at this heritage. I believe it's one of the versatile heritages, like the Chaos one, where you can just basically metamorph your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah. The chaotic flame touch.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, there's 5 of them now. There's the Asimars, the Tieflings, the Chaos ones, the Law ones,
5?
and
Are
I'm
you
probably
forgetting
the best
about
walker.
Self, Suli, Ifrit, like all the elementals?
Yeah.
I did. Make it 10. No, make it 9 then.
Oh god, I'm just imagining with
It's 10. There's 4 elements plus there's the Suli, which are the genie touch.
Oh, so it's
Yeah. What are you
10?
saying, Andrew?
I was just gonna say with the idea that that you have a character who can like change their own characteristics and warp and mutate and like going on a date. It's like, oh, you have nice eyes. Thank you. I grew them just for you.
Thanks, I just got them. What?
It's like if you already knew about all of that beforehand, I feel as though that would be a pretty nice thing to say. I would be flattered. If you knew.
Yeah.
That's the big caveat there.
Even if you knew, it's still kind of weird. Like, oh yes, someone grew eyes for me. That's still a strange thing.
I think you would get used to it after a long enough time.
Quite possibly, yes.
You just
You are a robot.
You are still a robot. Oh my god, Mindfox was a robot the entire time.
Oh, everyone. Ooh.
Oof.
Oh no.
Is it me?
I mean, I'm hearing
You're
everyone.
fine for me,
Okay,
Argo.
okay. You're sounding better
Oh,
now.
It's a map.
Maybe we should all try to just a quick disconnect, reconnect. I'm gonna do that. Hoi hoi. Oh, it's still connecting, dang it.
So we've got an inventor, bard, barbarian, alchemist.
Yep.
So you don't really have a caster.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got bard and inventor. Inventors can be pseudo casters. Inventor can go either way in terms of its like frontlininess.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What caster haven't I played before? I think I've played all of them. Actually, I haven't played an Oracle this edition.
Oracle is such an interesting concept, but it's like playing one would be difficult just because you gotta remember.
I can do that. I have the big brain. By that I mean I can just statistically focus on the thing and get it massively learned.
Yeah. Because it's like, okay, every time I use a focus spell, it increases my curse.
But every time I refocus, it goes down by 1. But I can only go down 1 step. So if I go to step 2, a minimum step 1. If I go to step 3, a minimum step 2.
Yeah. I think it was a No Nat One's video that's like, you know, oracles in a nutshell. It's like, I'm a cleric, but my life is pain.
I'm a cleric, asterisk.
Realized I wasn't logged in.
Logged into what?
Twitch.
Ah.
You know, you need your moderator in there to sort out all the rabble.
Ah, yes.
Could just go Dwarven Cleric. That's like my classic. I've never played a Sorcerer, just ever. Sorcerer's just not.
I mean,
Not my go-to.
Divine Sorcerer is pretty good at healing, but yeah.
No, like I've never played a Sorcerer ever in any edition, any system.
Fair enough.
Because I feel bad for wizards. How many years did they sit there in that goddamn tower learning magic? But then, oops, my grandpappy fucked a dragon, and now I have the magic. Equally as good, if not better, with because of less restrictions.
Yeah.
I feel bad for wizards.
Yeah, especially like in 2E, like sorcerers. I think sorcerers do actually end up with more spells per day. It's just their downside is they have less spells known compared to a wizard. Now that's a dangerous situation. One slip and your weird deer would have ended up in lava.
Yes.
Luckily there's invisible walls around lava in this.
Yeah, yes, indeed there is.
I now love the idea that a Mr. Mime goes around putting up invisible walls around lava pits to keep people safe.
That makes them a lot more, appreciable in that fashion. Renegade, child safety enforcer, or I guess just general person enforcer, person safety enforcer, but yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Mimes don't get enough appreciation.
They're weird, creepy mime people.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, you know, Mr. Mimes are not get respected, rightfully so.
Yeah. And you got a big old angry slug.
Mm-hmm. God, I would love being able to just lay on top of one of those That seems like you'll be like a waterbed or something.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. It's like they probably wouldn't be sticky because they are more of a water base, so it's probably just viscous.
Yeah.
The slime that coats them.
Just slam that ball into the thing's head.
Yeah.
That,
It's a heavy ball as well.
yeah.
Yeet right into the noggin.
Oh no, I've angered them. Oh god. Okay, so they're water ground. And suck the life right out of it.
Ever since you played Liberty and Inner, I have had an appreciation for freaking Parasect.
It's funny how that works. Like, I know I would probably have had no respect for Parasect myself before I played Liberty, but it's like, huh, this works out well for this idea. And it's been fun. And it's like, yes, you learn to love Mushroom, friend.
It's just like how that many years ago, Ari turned me into a goblin simp.
Sometimes it just takes the right stimuli.
Oh yeah, it's official. Megara is being retired.
Oh?
The GM has approved of me retiring Megara. So he's like, so yeah, the next character, how is your next character going to be interested in joining the circus? And it's like, the character I'm playing is going to be Ruby. I'm like, well, she's a child.
It's like, of course she ran away to join the circus.
she doesn't know what she's running away from, but she knows you have to run away to join the circus.
Figure out that part later. Start with the circus, work your way back.
Yeah. Cause yeah, she's a puppet with a puppet with the ghost archetype. And I was actually going to make her a ghost puppet first, and then ghost archetype, until I realized that playing a ghost puppet with ghost archetype is actually a detriment. Because the ghost puppet gets resistance to negative. Ghost archetype gives you healing from negative.
Ooh.
So it's like, yeah, you'd
literally
reduce.
heal less.
Yeah.
Ruby is healed by the bad vibes.
But also
Her-
resistant to bad vibes.
Yeah.
Her propensity for the spooks makes all the more sense.
Yep. Yeah, there is a feat for puppets, which is basically the same as cringe. It's like a whole histrionic injury or something like that, which is literally when you take damage, you overplay it by doing like a pratfall or comedic kind of damage.
Hello?
Oh wow, people are back!
Fair enough.
What class haven't I played? I've played a bard,
Also-
I've played a cleric, a druid.
Thinking about the crystal dragon, I guess maybe calling him the jewel dragon could also work.
Yeah.
I just wanna make like a barbarian one who wants to hoard like rare materials, rare weapons,
Yeah.
jewels. I definitely am gonna need to look up like the hoarding rule and the Arvin rule.
Yeah, there is also a there's a feat. I mean, there's a rule. You can reduce your dark vision to just low light vision and start with the free feat to transform between human and dragon. Or that I'm guessing you're probably just gonna go full dragon all the way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go full dragon.
Oh god, now I'm thinking. I mean, I don't know what kind of thing we're going for with our guild, but I'm just imagining your dragon tries to really push hard the idea of like, okay, guys, I know what we should do. I even thought of a theme song for it. We are the Crystal Drakes. We always save the day.
I regret joining this guild.
And then, because you insulted him, it's like, that's when I barbarian rage.
Oh, fuck. Well, I'll see y'all in the boneyard.
Okay, that is a funny voice. Okay, that is funny.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'd do all the voices.
Yeah, he's pretty good at voices.
I mean, one of the characters I'm playing at the moment is Jerry. He's a 17-year-old wizard. Hi.
But, for real, yeah, I think it actually kind of fits for a draconic barbarian, and I'm looking at the Crystal Dragon, and yeah, they are very prideful, and they will get really pissed if you, like, insult, like, stuff they like.
Yeah, I think one of the things in the Ancestors book basically says like, oh, you think red dragons are like arrogant and prideful? Well, how about crystal dragons? Or even worse, imperial dragons.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going for asshole, but prideful warrior, you know, he prides himself on his strength and, you know, because he's a dragon, of course he prides himself on that.
So there is a third-party class I've been looking at for a while, Argo.
Yeah.
The Battle Chef.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
It would fit for Monster Hunter.
I would certainly allow it.
You have to read it, of course, make sure it's
Yeah.
not bullshit.
Okay, if it's allowed, I'll carve them up, you cook them up.
Meat's back on the menu.
Honestly, I think this is good, because we can have a nice mix of memeable classes and serious classes. And, you know, I always appreciate the fact that you do allow that, Argle. You allow us to either play serious or, well, silly.
Yeah.
Well, within reason, of course.
Are you implying that Zosma was reasonable?
No, Zosma played like your average dumb barbarian in all the right ways. And boy, was she awesome for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you know me, I like to keep things simple, and honestly, we are going to need a frontliner anyway.
I mean, so far it kind of sounds like frontline is there's not many casters.
That is true.
I mean, I'm happy to roll, Phil. I just have been looking for an excuse to buy Battle Chef to look at it for a while.
Yeah.
Because Battle Chef, come on.
What exactly does it do?
I don't know. I'm currently downloading the PDF. I believe it has 8 new chef-themed weapons. Rules for cooking lore. 50 class feats. It's an 11-page PDF.
Yeah. Medicine and skill. I mean, I probably, as a barbarian, I probably would take medicine.
It's a wisdom skill's the only real issue.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes. The battle chef is serving up an extra helping of pain. Disciples of the delectable dish, battle chefs are culinary combatants who specialize in succulent surprises that spice up the battlefield. Becoming a battle chef requires an understanding not only of arcane magic, cooking, and combat, but a unique style of combat that is a result of all three. They utilized mana with 2 ends, magical foodstuffs that can be made into any food, to empower culinary dishes to aid their allies and destroy their enemies.
You know, all I'm just thinking of is, what's the name of that, of the blue mage from SF9?
Yes.
Quinoa?
Yeah.
Last time I played a Battle Chef was Pathfinder 1E Final Fantasy thing, and I played that. I played one of them. It was an isekai game. It was so good.
I've always wanted to play using that rule set because they did a really good job to mix like every era of Final Fantasy together.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That isekai game that was great. We had like a heroic firefighter who died in a fire, and therefore was brought into the next world. A like boring office drone who just sort of like stepped out and got hit by the isekai truck. And then you had me, who definitely wasn't a traveling chef cannibal. Definitely wasn't. What are you talking about?
So what exactly is the battle chef in general? Is this to be a martial and a
It has arcane magic, apparently, so...
Huh.
Interesting.
Alright, let's see. So you get mana, which is...
I think I came to the wrong neighborhood.
So it's an int class. Which, I mean,
Well,
it uses cooking lore, so...
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think they actually have, like, spells.
I do love that Riolo's running animation is the Naruto run.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
It's like he really is just a little kid who watched too much shonen anime and wants to be a hero.
Yes.
I guess the male evolution, you know, the Gallade is that personified.
Well, Galade's a Ralts.
Yeah. Yeah, so a Gallade is a Ralts that read too many fairy tales about a knight. It's like,
yeah, Riolu. Yeah. We evolved to become a furry anime badass, yeah.
Yeah, the way I see it, say it. So it's a male Ralts is like, I want to be a knight when I grow up. Female Ralts is, I want to be a princess. And then you have the male Ralts that is like, princess sounds good.
And then they're all horrified when they find out about goddamn Rule 34. All of them are.
I find it funny one of them's just chill.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I'm gonna have this. Time for a smoothie.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have fun with this. Like I said, I think this is what we needed to breathe some new life. A brand new setting that isn't as connected to all our other stuff, and yeah, I think it'll give you what you needed to, Arnold.
Yeah.
Oh no, my files are too powerful. Cannot send you. If only I scroll up and find, like, a Google Drive you shared to me and just post it in there.
The only,
Oops, slipped and put your stuff in my stuff.
Oops, I tripped.
oh, like I've always said, I'm just in it for the fun, but some settings I like more than others.
Yeah.
But hey, as long as I get to have fun with you guys, I'll do my best to enjoy even the stuff that doesn't always appeal. Just hey, you put up with me. I think that's good. Plus, you know, I owe you two for saving my ass from one of the worst games I ever had that basically almost took me out of tabletop gaming in general.
Mm.
Yeah. That was one of the worst experiences. And then after I got the balls to leave, well, that just ruined all other groups I joined in. And then I met you two with my last Hail Mary of, okay, if this doesn't work out, I'm leaving. I'm done. And, yeah, the game did break down, but that was because of the GM's scheduling issue. And then you're like, hey, you want to play in a game I'm running? And the rest is history, Argyle. The rest is history.
Now, I'm gonna cap out the stream here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I
Alright.
suppose we can keep talking, but I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm ending the thing.
Yeah, you got ambushed by a bunch of weebs.
Yeah.
By a pack of wild rabid weebs.
Yeah. Oh God. What do you call a pack of Riolu? A convention.
Oh no.
What do you call a pack of Lucario? Furry convention.
I mean, that's still a convention, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for now, I will say thank you for filling up the silence of my things with endless conversation.
Yeah, no worries.
That's my
so-
specialty, talking.
Yes. Where did you put the
I got distracted.
Ah.